Welcome to the Game Reviews, where the score doesn't matter. Kinda like Gravity. But come be a part of the jury as we take Gravity Rush 2 through gracious judgment. Gravity Rush 2 was developed by SIE Japan and Project Siren with a release date of January 20th, 2017 for North America, and only for the PlayStation. So, first exclusive for the year for Sony. Xbox, not doing so well, fellas. First things first, story. Gravity Rush 2 depends heavily on the first game. I don't believe that you can play the second without playing the first. I mean, you can, but I wouldn't really recommend it. The game tends to lean on some of the things that happen in the first game, and if you don't know what's going on, you're just kind of left feeling a little lost. I had issues with the story right from the start, because after all this time, which they never really tell you how long you were gone, it just says a long time, but you are stranded from a gravity storm. And after all this time, the cat, that Dusty, that is the source of your power, just appears out of nowhere, just by pure coincidence. Like they just didn't have a way or a thought to make this interesting at all in how you get your powers back. He just appears out of nowhere. Like they just ran out of ideas and threw it in there because they needed that part of the story. Though once I had finished the story, it did feel unique. It was a story arc that I had never really played before in any game. But unfortunately, things were just not explained very well and felt all over the place. I mean, for goodness sakes, the writers just completely give up on one character. They just say he's lost, that's it. You never hear from him again, never find out what happens to him. I mean, at the very least, kill the dude off. Give it some dramatic feeling where you actually care about the character, but no, he just lost, never to be seen again. We don't know what happened to him. Again, like a lot of other games, you can assume what happened, but you never really know. That's something that I feel storytellers need to do a little better about. We shouldn't have to assume the story. It should be told to us. We are playing this game, I mean, obviously first and foremost to have fun, but the stories in the games need to be well told and fully fleshed out. Because believe it or not, this is a $60 game they're trying to sell this for. The price tag is $60. There's no voice, there's small amounts of voice acting, but most of it is just you reading text in a form of a comic book. I mean, that's indie to me. The main gameplay in Gravity Rush 2 consists of main story, side missions, and challenge missions, giving you anywhere from 10 to 25 hours worth of gameplay. The side missions themselves are a bunch of escort and fetch quests, and that's really about it. Challenge missions speak for themselves. It's races, you get bronze, silver, or gold based on how well you do, with gems for rewards, which is what's going to help you become more powerful. And you can get gems from completing quests, doing very well in the challenge missions. You can earn a lot from those, and then beating the crap out of some more, busting them open and collecting the gems. Unless you're a diehard fan of the series of the developer, what I believe will cause you to like this game, or really do or die if you do like this game or not, will more than likely be the combat. If you do not like the combat, there is a good chance you will not like the game. The story's very out there, like I've said before, and not very well told. But the combat, you will be spamming the crap or holding square 70% of the time. That's the combat. Yeah, there's other things you could do, but that's the majority of what you're going to be hitting. But what I did like is how they used the touchpad on the PS4 controller and utilized it for something actually good. Depending which way that you swiped your finger on the touchpad, it allowed you to change different techniques of fighting: heavy, normal, and light. And there is one more technique, but I'm not going to spoil it for you, but what I will say is it is the coolest one in the game. Unfortunately though, to me, the combat felt very clunky and had horrible camera angles, especially while fighting in your gravity form. Even getting stuck in a wall or two was very frustrating. The AI of the game's actually very good, which will get you killed because the movement in the combat is not, making the giant bosses that you fight a complete nightmare. And this is the second game in a row that I actually like the music, though it did get old because it's the same thing pretty much repeating all the time. At the start, it was actually really good. It reminded me of an old school Disney movie, so if you don't like that kind of music, you're not gonna like this music. But if you do, it'll bring you back a blast from the past. The UI of the game is very simple, easy to understand, and the map is unfortunately kind of small, and character customization very limited. There's 3 talismans that you can equip, even though you can combine some to combine their abilities, but then there's only 6 perks that you can actually improve to make your character stronger. And graphically, the game was very beautiful, and only had a few hard frame drops when fighting large bosses, though there were some questionable animations, like going down an extremely slow elevator while your hair looks like it's going through a wind tunnel. But if you do have any more questions left, maybe something you're still a little curious about, feel free to post them down in the comments below. I'm more than happy to answer them for you. I'll give the game a 782,000 just because I can. Scores don't mean crap. What matters is you as a consumer and if you're going to like the game or not. So if after everything I've said you still feel like you would like the game, don't let anyone tell you not to get it. Go ahead and get it. It's your own opinion. It's your money. It's your joy that's to come from it. So don't worry about what other people say. I do hope this video though helps you find an opinion about the game. And until next time, you take care, have a good week, and always remember, game with grace.